Hey everybody, welcome to New Zealand's biggest gap year. 365 activities all around New Zealand in 365 days. Today, we're going to be checking out a very different, intriguing and unique eatery and drinkery in Blenheim, and it's called Dodson Street. Check in with me even at the end of this video when I'm going to go over some of the questions and comments you had the first time we published it. Today is going to be a pretty quiet day for us in Blenheim. The sun is out, so we are heading for a beer garden.
Marlborough is known for its wine, but if you do have more of a taste for beer, then this is the place to come. Dodson Street in Blenheim.
First up, the place is absolutely gigantic, and second, the owner, Dietmar, is so welcoming. It's absolutely amazing to have an owner walking you through his entire establishment. As soon as you walk in, he is in love with what he's doing. He's taking the time to show us every type of beer that they are serving here. They actually change them super regularly, that's why they're all stickers, and you always get a different experience when you come here. There is also a massive outdoor garden where people come to relax after a hard day of work or just instead of a hard day of work. But before getting serious, we need a coffee.
Oh my god, that is the fluffiest hot chocolate I've seen.
After coffee, it doesn't take us long to go straight on to lunch, because when you are on a backpacker budget like Robin and I, you kind of have the same food all the time. So we are super stoked to be trying some new and different food here at the Dodson Street Beer Garden, because these guys do a whole range of food. They do like German, Italian and New Zealand food. We're having a little bit of Italian and classic Kiwi fish and chips. Speaking of food, a question that you guys are often asking us is, what is typical New Zealand food? Well, aside from the traditional Maori hangi or the pavlova, which is a meringue dessert invented in New Zealand sort of does the best of everything, because there's so many different cultures that have immigrated to New Zealand. So for example, the fish and chips, it's not exactly a traditional New Zealand meal, but it's something that they do extremely well because this is a fisherman's nation.
And now that we have full bellies, we are okay to drink, so we are heading to the bar, grabbing ourselves a tasting tray and heading back to the garden.
So I guess in chess you have to think a few steps ahead. Is that right?
Yep.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Just putting that here.
So while Laura is slowly learning to play chess, we are trying a selection of beer because Dietmar told us that Dodson Street has one of the widest selection of beer in the entire country. That's basically its claim of fame. On our tasting tray today, we are trying a wealth of different stuff. We are trying a porter beer, we are trying a sour beer, we are trying a Czech Pilsner, we are trying a berry cider, God knows why, and we are trying a German wheat beer. But after that, we are grabbing ourselves a massive handle of beer and heading back inside, because the team from the local brewery here in Blenheim called Renaissance is about to have lunch, and they have invited us to join them, which is really cool. It's something that Kiwi do best, getting yourself integrated with the crowd. And because we are in a bar, we are trying ourselves some more beer. There is heaps of beer selection, and it's really cool, the old decoration on the place, because they kept one coaster of every beer that they have served in here. It's really fun, and it shows how many beer they have had here.
Another reason this place looks so good is the fact that it's a heritage building. It's actually the oldest commercial building in Blenheim, which used to hold an ice cream factory, a malt house and 2 wineries before it became a beer garden, which it has been for around 6 or 7 years now. So we're getting ourselves some more huge German-style beer handles and joining the guys from the brewery next door for lunch. But because we've already had lunch, we are having yet more food, this time in the form of some delicious dessert. We're having brownies and mixed nut cake with ice cream.
And one of the cool things about having lunch with the locals is that they're here to give us heaps of tips about the area, because we already told them that we've done enough of the wine country of Blenheim. We've done 2 tours about the wine country in Blenheim already. We told them that we wanted to look for something a little bit different, so they tell us about Peter Jackson, yes, the guy from the Lord of the Rings. He stores all his plane right here in Blenheim, and we're checking it out tomorrow.
I believe I can touch the sky. So we had a few beers. Now we're singing. Should do that more often.
So that actually marks the end of our foodie experience here in Blenheim, because tomorrow we're going to do something slightly different in the Marlborough town. We're going to be going to the Aviation Heritage Centre, which means we're going to be seeing some vintage planes, and yeah, let's... Gotta love those vintage planes. See you tomorrow.
Alright everybody, so I hope that you did enjoy seeing us getting drunk for the second time in a row in Blenheim. It looks like it's a local favorite pastime, if I may say so myself. Alright, so let's go over some of the comments you guys had the first time we published it. So we're gonna start with Trevor, that says that it's a pity that we only have 500 views and 7 likes on the video. Yeah, it is, but most of our videos actually have very little amount of views and little amount of like, just because, well, a lot of people, they just go on our videos, they get the information they want, and then they leave, and it's not necessarily something that there's not much retention of audience right here. But if you do find our video useful, make sure to hit like and subscribe. That'd be really cool. Anyway, he says, I live in Rapora and eat at Dunson Street once a month, although it's an honest grub with none of that hairy fairy beep they serve in the winery restaurant. Heck, you can't even get fries or chips in most of them. And that is true. A lot of the winery restaurants in and around the Marlborough area have kind of decided to go even more fancy. Like, I feel like every year it gets a little bit more fancier and the menu gets even more complicated, and they just kind of forget sometimes about giving you just a good, honest food. And so I do feel like this is definitely where Dodson Street's niche lies the best in the Blenheim area for sure. We also have Matthew M that says, yeah, Marlborough is my hometown. So that's pretty awesome to actually see that some locals are actually finding it entertaining. They really like, and he recommends Marlborough Wine Cellar in Picton, and he says he really likes it over there. And Mullard, I think 41 Mullard, I think that's how his name is pronounced. Also says that's my favorite local pub. So how cool is that? The fact that literally the only 3 comments we had the first time we published the video were actually 3 locals that actually recommend the place. So if you want to actually eat where the locals are, have a true local experience in Blenheim, definitely check out Dunson Street. Alright, if you want more recommendations for the Blenheim area, check out NZPocketGuide.com. It's New Zealand's largest travel guide, and it's free to use. And you can also join us for one of our live sessions right here on YouTube. In order to get a notification, you just need to ring the bell, hit the notification stuff, hit the like button, all the buttons of that nature basically, or you can join us, or you can literally just come on YouTube on Sundays New Zealand time at 8 AM, and we'll be hanging out here right here in the studio answering all your questions about traveling in New Zealand. It's a really good old fun time. In the meantime, I wish you guys happiness and open-mindedness in life. Why not going for fancy words right now? And yeah, keep on traveling safe, keep on staying awesome, and I see you the next time. Bye bye.